All right, everybody. Okay, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Good to see you. Big waves to you. All right. I hope you're having a great evening. And listen, we have a great lineup for you tonight. I hope you can see my screen. Okay. Okay. Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Awesome. 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 So before we get to these amazing guests that's going to be on tonight training us on this Wednesday wisdom, and they do have so much wisdom and they make a lot of income with our company. I want to share with you something really quick. And Andrea, make sure you can see this okay.
Well, when
And I
you write
want
on there, I will let you know. It's a little bit blurry, so we're going to see if we can see it once you.
can you see that?
Yeah, we can see it. We got you.
Perfect. Okay. So I want to jump right in tonight because I don't want to take up much time so tonight we're going to talk about building a workshop within your team, within your organization, like the power the power of doing this. Okay. The power of, let me tell you what's always interesting to me about network marketing. And I want you to think about yourself. If a person is important enough to enroll, the person is important enough to onboard, to launch, to lock arms with, to show them the way, Ron, to show them the way to how to do the system of growth, to lock arms with them, Dave Kirtley, and to show them how to post and how to make it and how to comment on it and how to go to Facebook Messenger and how to do all the little nitty gritty things. And so I want to challenge you all tonight to say to yourself, forever and always, if I put someone into this business and I have a system, I'm going to lock arms with them and I'm going to individually coach them how to use the system. I think it's a tragedy to onboard to take somebody, put them in the business and not do that. I just did an onboarding today, literally locked arms with the person. He's on the call from Orlando, Florida, and I walked through him making a post. Now, you're going to be trained by some amazing ladies tonight, and I want to show you a vision, okay, why I think this is so powerful. And I'm actually going to a Super Saturday this weekend in Pascagoula, Mississippi, and I'm going to show this to the group there. But I want to share with you something, and hopefully you can see this. So I'm going to use Miss Tammy Melchisedeck. She's going to come on in just a little bit with a host of her amazing leaders and talk to you. But I want to share with you the importance, okay, the importance of getting to ultimate. Think about this. We want to get everybody in their first 4 pay periods, 4 Fridays. We want to get them to ultimate. So when you come in and you enroll somebody and you get them to ultimate in your first 4 Fridays, guess what you make? $450 in new volume bonus. Wow, that's pretty nice. But here's what happens to this person. It unlocks 5 lines of business. Okay, now I'm not going to go through this all, but I want to show you. Our ultimate goal is to take all of these lines to 13,334 every week. That's our goal. Okay. We have drew this up many times. We've written this up for you many times. I'll do it many times more. Okay. Now that's the goal, is to eventually take this. And here's the beauty of the comp plan. When you take the first 2, it's about 13,000 a month in income. This one, it takes you to about 25,000, 50,000 a month, 100,000 a month. Like that's the 10,000 foot view goal. Okay. But I want to show you the power of what Tammy Motley, Brenda Carlton, Julie Park, and their group is going to show you about training. I want to show you, this is the goal. This is like, okay, I want to do this every week. It's going to take me time to do that. But how do I take the first line number 1? How do I get it to 13,334. Here's the power of one. I'm going to show you. Tammy enrolls someone. Let's just say she enrolls a brand partner right here, and her name is Julie. Okay. And Julie, Tammy actually locks arms with Julie, not just enrolls Julie and leaves her land, but she actually locks arms with her, and she helps Julie in her first 4 Fridays get to ultimate using the system of growth. Put in the comments, how many boxes of drops did Julie just sell to get to ultimate? You already know the answer. 30 boxes. So Julie moves 30 boxes of drops using our SOG in her first 4 Fridays. But what those 30 boxes of drops really are is their people, their leads, their people own the product. And I'm setting you up for Tammy to come in just a second and the amazing leaders she has. But let me tell you the power. These 30 people, these 30 boxes of drops, if I will follow up with those customers and say, well, what did you like best? Like, tell me the good news on the drops. What if you had 10 of those 30? Just 10. And listen to the vernacular. Listen to what I say to them. Hey, Amy. Amy's one of Julie's 30. Hey, Amy, what'd you like best about the drops? And Amy said, oh my gosh, I got so much more energy. And I say, Amy, here's the cool thing. You're going to want another box. Okay. Right? You're going to want another box. I can show you how to get it at my cost or even for free. And my cost is cheaper than what you paid for. What would you want to do? Everybody wants a cheaper cost. But here's the thing. What if we did 10 out of the 30 right here? I want to show you the power of this. 10 brand partners. Let's say they come in with a 4-pack. What am I going to do with them in their first 4 Fridays? Help them get 30 customers. But now 10 times 30 customers is now 300 customers. Now imagine if we're going out having that same conversation with 300 customers and we just get 100 brand partners. 100 brand partners running our SOG, going out in their first 4 Fridays, getting 30 customers is 3,000 customers. Do you think all that volume would reach 13,334 in a week? Do you? You think all those customers coming in ordering products, like, do you think people having to purchase back, it would equal 13,334 in a week? You would optimize this line, and you did it started with one person. And you also did it by showing a conversion of taking a customer and moving them to a brand partner. The conversion piece is what drives this whole thing. So tonight, you got to ask yourself, am I getting good showing the conversion? Am I getting good? Am I this? I have customers. You all have customers. You all are leveraging the system of growth to get customers. Now, here's the big question mark. Do you know how to present, okay, using the slide deck that's in boards? Do you know how to use that little 14 slide deck, 14 slides? If you know how to use it, put a 1 in the comment. Because tonight you're going to learn how to set your team on fire. Because the key to network marketing is it's not what works for me, it's what I can duplicate to everybody. So guess what? If I duplicated how to do that slideshow to everybody in my group and got them proficient, and we look up and we've got 300 customers, and I've got people that's presenting to those 300 customers. Imagine how many brand partners we could enroll in our business from those customers. and that will optimize lines. So I'm going to move back over to I'm going to exit off right here. I'm going to move back. Okay. Is everybody with me? I want to challenge you tonight to think big. I want to challenge you tonight to grow with us, like to say, you know what, I could probably apply these principles and scale my business even more. I want to challenge you tonight to pick up a pen and piece of paper and inflect and look at yourself and go, am I doing this in my business? And if not, install it. So, why do I think this is so important? Because if we will train our people to do the simple things will do the massive things in volume. And the massive in volume will drive the massive paychecks. And sometimes we have to slow down to speed up. And last night, these group of ladies slowed down to speed up. What does that mean? They brought some team members into their home and they all took time learning how to leverage the slide deck that is in boards so that everybody could present using that slide deck. Now, let me tell you what they just did. When those ladies walked out the door, they duplicated their self times however many people was there. Lee Moss, does that make sense? It's so simple. An 8-year-old, like a 10-year-old could do it. But sometimes we live such a fast-paced life, we don't have time to slow down. But what if we did? We would actually explode this business. So tonight I challenge you to open your mind. Your mind is like a parachute. It only works when it's open. Open your mind, open your heart, and go, I want to see what these ladies are doing and what they did last night in Tammy Melchisedeck's home. And then be the one that takes that to your community. That's my call to action to you. So without further ado, I'm going to let Tammy lead the way. I'm going to turn the floor over. I want this to be a really work in progress. But the reason I went to my interactive board was I wanted you to see the big vision. Because we all, with one person, can start a movement of customer acquisition through the system of growth. One new person in my business can start that movement I just showed you on the board. But once it's started, you have to start coaching people on how to be proficient in this little conversion slide deck. And these ladies did it last night. So I want to turn the floor over. I've worked with Tammy Melchisedeck for years. And here's what I can tell you. Forever, since I've been working with Tammy, she's always enrolling new people into the business. And in my opinion, she thinks it's a tragedy to enroll someone and not properly get them involved, meaning it's just kind of a sink or swim. She is one that's out taking pictures with people. She's one bringing them into their house, to her home. She's the one bringing the community together. And now she has a tribe of people that's out doing that. And so, Tammy, thank you for your leadership. Thanks for coming on tonight and just being willing to coach. And we're going to record this. You can get this up to your team. I know Tammy, you, Brenda, Julie, so many amazing people came to your home last night. So I'm going to open the floor to you and kick this off. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. Andrea, did you want to start the recording before I start?
It is recording.
Oh, it already, okay.
Yeah, we got
you. You guys are way ahead of us. Hey, everybody. If you are happy to be here tonight and you are looking at a way to multiply your energy, your effort, your team, put a 111 in the chat because that's what we're talking about tonight. We're talking about multiplication. And that is when I started 12 years ago in partnership marketing, which is what we do. I didn't understand the power of multiplication. I thought it was up to me. And if you were in a traditional job, right? It was up to you. You were the one that had to create the job, content, do everything. It was up to you. But in our profession, we have this beautiful opportunity to multiply our efforts. But you have to know which things to multiply to get the right result, right? And so when we started the process of the system of growth with the drops, so I was original Limu with Brent and Andrea and Crystal and Robin way back in the day. And when we came over, we didn't have a system of growth. And so this new system of growth that's come, probably in the last 3 years, we've seen crazy growth happen because we found that if you could teach someone how to do the boards and you would sit down with them and teach them, get it on their boards and show them and help them to be called lifelong learners. So I want you to write that down on a piece of paper right now. I want you to write down, I am a lifelong learner. Okay. And I get people that are over 50 or 60 and they say, oh, I can't do technology, or I can't do this. Or I had a group of women, 3 women in their 70s, mid 70s, that sat around a table when they came to my house the first time, and they grumbled and complained. All they did was say that they didn't know how to do technology. And I said, okay, we're done complaining now. We're going to become lifelong learners. And I made them commit to me. If I was going to invest the next hour in them, they had to make a decision to be a lifelong learner. And they all did. And we did the posts and we downloaded the boards and we took their picture out on the deck. And before they left my house, their phone was going ding, 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 and they were making money. Now, if you can set someone up that way, put the 2 in the chat if you think you probably have them for life. If you think, I don't know how that happened, but if you think that you can set someone up to be successful, here's what it's going to take: consistency and the same activity over and over again. I have worked with a lot of brand partners, and I had one woman who came to me. She's very, very knowledgeable in the medical world, way, way knowledgeable. And she said, but this is just so simple. She said, it seems almost redundant. I said, yep. And the great thing is you can make millions of dollars on something that's redundant. And so it's all about your attitude. It's all about what you are bringing to the table. It's all about seeing that newest person that says, I always say when people buy a box of drops and they say, I don't want to work the business. You know what I say inside? I don't say this to them. I say, buyers are liars. Write it on a piece of paper. Your buyers of your drops, I'm telling you, when they say they don't want to run a business, do you like
Tammy,
that?
there's literally probably, if you said to yourself, I do not want to sell the drops, put a 1 in the comment. Come on, I know you're there. Tracy Mazeroski made over 6 figures with us last year. She was 1. She needs to put 10 in the comments. Like, look at all these 1s. So
legit.
Tammy, if it happens to us, guess what everybody else is going to say until they post, right?
Exactly. And so your mindset is to be only focused on the teaching the activity. It's not to have an emotional invested interest in their objections to you. I listen to people's objections. I just smile and smile because I know if I can get them to learn the boards and start posting, they're going to make money. And once they start making money, they're hooked. And so tonight, going back to this of having people in my home, training people, I would have days where I'd have 10 hours of training. And I would have other brand partners say to me, how do you have so much time to do that? I said, because I tell you what, for every person that comes into my house and they know how to do the boards and they are empowered to do it and make money, they walk out my door and they multiply me 10, 20, 30 fold. There's only one of me, but if I can teach them a system, if I can teach them how to do it and they leave and they're successful, I've done my job. Why? Because Julie Park came to my house very reluctantly. I am not running this business. Came to my, but you know what? Buyers are liars. She had been taking the drops for 5 months. She was losing weight. If I could just get that time with her. So write that down. Take the time. Take the time with a brand new person. Get into their world, help them find their why, and then you hold their hands, support them, because posting on social media is very, now for a lot of us, we've done it a lot, so it's not intimidating. Never forget your first post. Never forget it. It's like I never forget. The reason I started in this business was to buy 4 tires. I wanted to make $800. I didn't have the money to buy tires. I'll never forget that. I'll never forget my why, because it keeps me humbled and grounded, even though this opportunity has created millions of dollars for us. I remember how I began. So remember, when that person comes to you, that's how they're starting. They're starting just like you for the very first time. So put your boots on, put their boots on you, and then get them in front of you. Now, people will say, well, I don't want to do that. I just want to post on social media. Well, you can do that. Do you want to make $1 million in this business? Yes or no? Put it in the chat. Would you like to make $1 million in the next 4 years in this business, or the next 3 years, or the next 2 years? You have got to get in front of people. The system works. It's fabulous. It's wonderful. But you don't make the big bucks, folks, until you get in front of people and you look in their eyes and you listen to their story, and then you don't let any objection stop you. I just smile and shake my head. They give me objections, I just smile and I keep shaking my head. Yes. I don't know. I read that somewhere, that people, if you keep agreeing with them, eventually they feel heard and seen. And when they're done, I move right into this system of growth with the boards. So we've done that very, very successfully in our team, in all of our teams. And one of the things that a couple weeks ago, I was talking to Julie, and it was one of the doctors, Dr. Laura. She was on the IPA, and the beautiful woman that enrolled her into Partner Co. And they were talking about what they do when a brand new person on a new set of drops, what they do. I was frantically taking notes, because as I listened to it, I was looking for the next level. Are you looking to bump up your business to the next level, right? Put a 1 in the chat. Yes. I mean, you can post, go for it, do it. But if you want to make $1 million in the next 3 to 4 years, you're going to have to bump up your business, and you're going to have to think differently than the average person in this business. More than think, you're actually going to have to take action. And so what I listened to them, which was fascinating, it's recorded on the IPA. I think it's on Todd Rowland's channel. But listen to this, folks. They said when they sell a box of drops, they do a 10-minute presentation to everybody. Even if they just want a box of drops, they do a presentation. And I'm like, I love that. Because why? We don't know what people are looking for. They tell us they're looking to lose weight or hormone balance or this or that. But what we always know is that even people with a lot of money are looking for another way to create income. And so why not give them that opportunity right out of the gate? So I went to some of my team and I said, I want to vote. And I encourage you to go to your team and do the same thing. I want you to vote. I want you to say, who in here has done a business presentation or a drop presentation? Raise your hand. And there was about 5 of us. And there was probably about 45 people on that Zoom. And I said, something's missing. We're missing the next level, right, Brent? It's like, to go to that next level, you have to have new activity. You can't just, like, I'm posting and I'm not selling drops, and you need to keep posting, but then you need to go back and start working with the people that bought drops from you, right? And get them in front of a presentation. And so Julie Park is brilliant, just incredible. And she created a drop board for us, a drop presentation. And I know Brent and Andrea have one. We have one too. We're happy to share it with anyone that is, Julie's very gracious to share all of her hard work. And Andrea, I actually sent it to you. So I don't know if it's something you can put in the chat, or Brent, I think I sent it to you earlier.
We'll get it there.
Okay. And so what it is, it's like basically 12 slides, and we gathered our leaders. Now, what I want you to do is write leaders on the top of your paper. Who are your leaders? How do you know a leader? They serve, they show up, and they are present. Okay. So who are those people? Not just ranks, folks. It's the people that are actively building their business. Those are the people that are serving, they're showing up, they're doing the activity. So we picked basically 10 leaders that we were going to work with on Julie's team. And we invited them to come to my house and to do a live presentation. Now, for some of these people, they had never done a presentation, although they had a growing business. So what we did was we sent out the presentation, we explained it to them, they could rehearse it beforehand. Then they came to our house. We had a dinner together, something simple. And then we moved right into our living room. And I think Julie Park posted a whole bunch of pictures on this yesterday. So you can go look at her Facebook. But we had women go up in front, take their phone. Please understand this. You have to learn how to do it. You have to hold the phone in your hand. You have to be able to find it in the boards. You have to learn how to scroll. And after you do that 2 or 3 times, I'm telling you, there's no fear anymore. But until you do it the first time, you're running scared. Is anybody running scared in here? Put a 1 in the chat. They think about doing a presentation and they're like, I want my upline to do it, right? Right? You want the upline to do it because they're going to do a better job. What I want to encourage you, if you want to take your business to the next level, if you want to make $1 million in the next 3 to 4 years, you are going to have to learn the presentation. And so I couldn't think of anything better than to get women in my house, and we're going to do this again and again, and we're going to do it live for our partners that are not in our area. But we brought our leaders in, and the reason we brought them in was we wanted our leaders to learn so they could teach their people. I'm not duplicatable. Julie's not duplicatable. But if we can take our leadership, train them, they're confident, they know what they're doing, they know how to put the presentation on their phone so that when they're talking to someone, they can actually share the presentation. Do you know you can do that? Do you know that you can be chatting, talking to someone, and they can see the presentation and you can see the presentation on your phone? We took the time to show people how to do it and make it in a non-threatening way. And so sure enough, we said, you have 10 minutes. And Julie fought that out. She's like, nobody can do that in 10 minutes. I'm like, maybe you can't, Julie, but everybody else is going to have to do it in 10 minutes. And we put a timer on. They had the slides. They went through them. They each had their own personality. It was not every single one of them finished by 10 minutes. Some finished 2 minutes early, and they were powerful presentations. But what did they do? They were willing to be a lifelong learner. They were willing to come over and say, teach me how to do this. I'm not going to be perfect at this. You have to be bad before you're good and good before you're great. Okay, write that down. I got to be bad before I'm good and good before I'm great. I wasn't always great at presentations. I'm fabulous at presentations. Why? Because I've done hundreds of them. So I want to encourage you. That's what we did. And then we went around the room. And one of the things that's really important, and I've done this a lot in my leadership training through the years, is when you critique someone after they speak and do a presentation, it's really, those minutes after are very important for that person. Give them constructive feedback. Write that down. Constructive feedback. That means a positive affirmation, something that might need to be tweaked, and a positive affirmation, right? You're sandwiching in something that they may need to change or learn or grow in, but it's surrounded by this bubble of care, concern, affirmation, so they feel safe. And then the next person went up and did it, and then the next person. And I'll tell you what, Brent, I mean, again, training people on the boards, getting them in your home, getting them on Zooms, that's step one. But if
And Tammy, I think we have a picture of it, just so you know. Maybe we can screen share the picture last night
that would
in
be
Tammy's
awesome.
beautiful home there in Colorado Springs. Um, so this is from her, and she posted in her stories, guys. Like I mean, Tammy's always documenting. And so
Can you
here's the
scroll that,
ladies.
Brent? Can you
We
scroll
can't,
that?
we can't, it's just a standalone
Okay.
picture, but I do want you to see like heads in the room, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So she's multiplying herself by at least 7 times. By
10.
the time, by 10, she multiplied herself by 10 people. So slowing down to now speed up. Now she has 10 people out in the marketplace that can effectively convert a customer to a brand partner. Very simple, very quick. So what did she just multiply? It's like a vending machine. Like there's like now 10 vending machines. It's just going to spit out new brand partners to onboard for the system of growth. If you've ever read the book Beach Money. So Tammy, this was beautiful. I just wanted to show everybody the picture. If you're not following
You
Tammy,
can go to Julie Park's page too,
yeah.
Brent. I don't know if that's possible, but she had the group shots. But the real beauty of this, I guess this is my encouragement tonight. Stay with the system of growth. Make sure you're training people on the boards. I'm onboarding people constantly on the boards. Andrea Rosser every Wednesday offers that to us. She gets on and does a onboarding of transfer, for the boards. Learn your boards, learn where your tools are. But one of the most important next steps, if you want to be that person to really create income, and I'm not talking grocery money. I love grocery money, and that's how I got started. But I'm talking to you as a leader. If you have one person in your organization, you are that leader. And it's up to you to create the atmosphere that other people want to learn. You have to create an atmosphere that they want to grow and be better, but you have to make it a environment where it's win-win-win, where everyone wins. I don't know if Julie Park is on right now. Julie, are you able to unmute? Is she on?
She's on.
Jules, can you unmute? So she's in customs. She's in customs. So she's got a
She
lot of
just landed in Canada. She's in customs. So
I can unmute.
all
No,
of
it
our
was because
Canadian,
it was the settings. I can unmute, and I have like customs guys like ready to take me away because I'm staying in a place that I'm not supposed to.
of course. So
So
Julie, what was
yeah.
your takeaway and why it was important as a business building tool?
So, I listened to what you said, and Tammy, you wrapped it up so well. Like you described our evening so well. And you know what, guys? Somebody had said, I wish we had a big wig in New York. No, you guys, that's the point. The point is that you can do this yourself. You need to start this yourself. All you have to do, we saw yesterday, these women go through this presentation. Many of them haven't even before, right? And it was like, okay, I'm going to go up and be the first one. I did not fight the 10 minutes. I just thought I don't know if we can do it in 10 minutes. I didn't do it in 10 minutes, but everyone else did. So just correcting that, Tammy. So all that to say, right? Because I talk so much, but all that to say, look at what happened. We streamlined the presentation as we went. We caught some really good zingers in there too, right? We're like, oh, wow, that's a really great thing to say, or stuff like maybe we shouldn't put it that way, So we streamlined it, and almost everybody near the end did it in about 8 minutes, which was really terrific. Now, this is not talking about the drop talk, okay? Our drop talk is a little bit longer. We talk about a little bit more of the science of it, or we have, the ingredients or how to take it, okay? That's not necessarily what we're talking about. But when you're talking to somebody about the business, right? You only have a few minutes of their attention. And so we want to make sure that we go through it. I have the exact same content that Brent Palmer uses, that Dr. Crystal Vance uses. We might have added just some part of our team so that we, there's a warmth when we talk about our own people. It's people that we're familiar with. And so everyone on there is people that we know. I have a blurb on there, but all the content is exactly the same. We don't want to change it. And then after we have that, don't change it. Don't change it. You guys on my team, don't go changing my presentation.
Don't do it.
You're right. Don't do it.
You get into the presentation and all of a sudden if a slide pops up and you're not familiar with it. We don't want that. I want to know what slide is next.
Yes, and we want to go at this nice clip, right? But the whole point of it is now I ask the leaders who have teams to come because now they are responsible for going and finding 5 other leaders, getting them into their home, and they're going to train them and they're going to walk them through. Guess what? Tammy and I just duplicated ourselves by what? Now we're going to have 50 people more trained by next week. Yeah, like hello, leverage, right? So that's what I really, really encourage everyone to do. This was a simple idea. Tammy saw it. She's like, this is great. Hey, listen, did we wait until next month? No, we did it now. We did it very next week. We did it as soon as we could get it on the schedule. So that's the big deal. The big thing about us, I think, is that as soon as we see a good idea and, we just get it done, right? And so don't wait until someone comes to your area and does a super Saturday or becomes a big leader or you have 50 people under you. I don't care if you have one. Do it with your one and watch it multiply. Watch it multiply. And that's the magic of this. So we're so excited about continuing this. We're going to do this with other things, but this is just a simple way to really multiply your efforts. And you know what? We say that we can't reproduce me, Julie Park, but we just did by like 50.
Mm-hmm. We can reproduce the activity.
That's right.
You can't make another Brent Palmer.
You're right. You're right. There's only one me. There's only one Tammy. You're right. But the activity, and that's the thing, guys. We have to make it so that it's duplicatable. That is the key to the system. Is that we can just show them you can do this. It's not going to be something like intimidating.
So let me also jump in here because there's a few questions that are talking about what do you say to each slide? Here's the great news. It's all on the slide.
Yep.
The copy is on the slide. And you can just read it off. Or you can add some of your own flavor to it, but all the content is on each slide. The other thing I want to encourage you to do, write this down too. Here's another tip. Record each individual person and then send them the recording so they can see themselves. They can say, oh, I love this. I'm not sure about that. This is what I can work on. So we're teaching people. Now those 10 people are going to go out, find 5. That's 50. 50 people within 2 weeks are going to have the availability and confidence to do a 10-minute business presentation to every person that they set of drops.
Tammy, this is what I love about this because everybody's like, how's this been a high 6 figures, multiple 6-figure, 7-figure income since I was in my 30s? Because I had a mentor that said, if you'll take a new person and put them in front of a presentation and get really good at just it's almost like taking a gun out of a holster. Like you get good at it the more you do it, right? And it's the same way with the presentation. So here's what I did. We're about to put a 6-minute presentation in the chats. And it's the same presentation Julie and Tammy and Brenda did in their home last night. It is literally a 6-minute presentation that Andrea Rosser did right here in the chats, using boards, using the slide deck. Now, here's what I did years ago, Tammy, exactly what you and Julie were talking about. I took a recording and I did my presentation exactly like that recording from another person. I told the same jokes. I showed the same deal. I laughed when I was supposed to laugh.
It's true.
And I just drilled it and drilled it and drilled it till I just knew it. And that forever changed the game for me in network marketing. Today, I can do a 6-minute presentation without even the slide deck. Imagine that. I'm driving down the road and I'm like, look, I just text you over the slide deck. Just click on it. Let's go through it real quick. Here's the deal with the body balance and drops. You're on them. You love the product. I just start up and I can go. How do I know him? I see Alan Schultz's picture. I'm like, that's my buddy, Alan Schultz. He's on the call, by the way. If you see Alan Schultz, like he's on the slide. There's my buddy, Alan Schultz. I get to Julie. Like, there's Julie Park. Oh, she's in Colorado Springs. So I literally take a video, and I can't tell you this enough. Like what Tammy and Julie was doing last night, and Brenda.
And back to Carlton, who just jumped on. Hey,
Yeah.
Brenda, I really want to get Brenda's, like your takeaway on this, Brenda. Like, if I may, Brent, just jump in because I want to hear, like, how did you feel about it? What did it do for you? What did you see in your team members? Like, what are your nuggets of gold that you would share?
Well, I love everything that everybody's talked about. And Tammy, you just tied it all up. But what occurred to me last night after everybody did their presentation, we all did it. We all did less than 10 minutes, even me. And so it occurred to me when all that was done, the system that we have here, that we have to embrace. And if you're on this call and you want to build a business, I'm speaking to you. If you want to just come hang out, that's awesome. We love community. We'll just love on you. But if you want to build a business, I'm speaking to you. We have got to change our mindset. 2 weeks ago, something happened in me. I had heard Brent say, I no longer look at a person as a customer. I see a 6-figure earner. Something flipped in me. I'm a product junkie. I came into this industry 23 years ago looking for products. And so I have led with products, but something changed. I had a light bulb moment. Fireworks went off inside of me when I realized we have a system so duplicatable. It is a monkey see, monkey do business, but it's bigger than that. The products are a given. We have the best products on the planet right now. They're clean, organic, holistic. But John and Darren have put something together so special, and we have all been given a gift. Yes. And I challenge you tonight to embrace that gift. Embrace the system of growth that we have been given. And I encourage you to step out and think bigger. I encourage you to think bigger. Get the presentation down where it rolls out of you, just like we're having a conversation right now, that you can at ease share with someone that has so much influence, that person that walks in a room and 300 people will come forward because of his influence. I'm now looking for business builders because it's going to be a businessman with business mindset that is going to take this company globally and to a multi-billion-dollar industry. That is what Partner Co is. And I need every one of you to get on board, do your homework, get your presentation done, learn to onboard people, learn to duplicate yourself, teach people what they've been given to us. Do your part so that we can all move this company as a global company, a multi-billion-dollar. Y'all, this industry that we have been blessed with will be $1 trillion industry by 2030. We all talk about it's a multi-billion. No, it's gonna be $1 trillion industry. So you're at the right place, you're at the right time. I encourage you to tap in and join Darren and John's heart, their vision, their legacy. Don't you want to be a legacy builder? And so when I walked away there last night, I saw every person in there have the ability to walk away with, I know what to do now.
Yes.
So if you don't, you need to reach out to somebody and you need to get it down because we need you. This is going to be an amazing journey. And I'm so excited. Community is everything, Tammy. Tammy is the master at gathering people. We've been gathering people now for over 2 months at the house. Y'all, it makes such a difference when you can pull people in, love on them, hand them the tools, teach them hands-on. And then we have this beautiful thing called Zoom that we can reach people global. Get on here. We can teach you. So there's no excuses. I take away all the excuses and I ask you tonight, will you join me in getting these drops in the hands of billions and be united with me to help take this company to a multi-billion-dollar company? Thank you.
Preach it, Brenda. If you think Brenda missed her calling as a preacher, let me tell you, she hasn't.
That was the locker room speech, Tammy. Like, that's the locker room speech. Like, wow.
Totally.
And here's the thing tonight, Tammy. We literally have a 6-minute conversion presentation sitting right here in the chats for everybody to watch a video. You literally could drill this video, drill the video, drill the video. And then you've got, we just put the Julie's presentation in there. I mean,
Business, yeah.
have your presentation there in boards and then drill it down and teach your team. Like, once you've got it, then now, right, learn with the intent to teach.
Yes.
And watch the leverage take a hold in your business. Tammy.
So awesome.
Here's the thing we want to see with everybody. And what Brenda said, I had 75 minutes in a car with Brenda and her amazing husband, Larry, on the way to the airport just the other day in Colorado Springs.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, when I see 30 customers that somebody gets over the course of 4 Fridays, I don't see 30 customers. I see potential 30 six-figure earners.
Wow.
Because I see in people what they don't see in themselves before they get there. And so many times we see them as a box of drops. We see them as a customer. And we're just like, Tammy, we're just like, okay, I sold them a box of drops. Next. But what if you just left a 6-figure earner? Oh, they just want to use the products. So you're telling me customers don't have financial issues? You're telling me customers don't want to make money? They just don't know they want to make money.
Right.
So you got to see it before they see it.
100%.
And it starts with follow-ups. It starts with talking to them. It starts with seeing them, giving them more value than they pay for. Tammy, we're going to have a big speech on stage at PXP, how to give customers more value than they pay for. Because listen, if they spend $160 with you and we drop them off and never talk to them again, we failed that customer.
Yes, 100%. 100%.
And Tammy, what I said, I'm going to turn it, any parting comments from you, but when I saw last night, you guys put the workshop together and I saw the 10 ladies leave and I'm like, you just multiplied, you just created times 10 in leverage in your business because now they're equipped to go out. Like, it might just be learning how to hook up the HDMI cable from the TV to the lab. Like, everything is a learning moment that we can't take for granted. And that's where I say a lot of times you got to slow down to speed up. Last night they slowed down and now today they woke up with 10 people out in the world that's proficient in being able to convert, being able to do a presentation. Watch what happens over the next 30 days for this team as those 10 take it to their 10 and it multiplies into 50 people, 100 people. Wow.
I
Tammy,
love it.
any parting words as we leave tonight? Yeah, this was amazing.
I hope you found value. Put a 1 in the chat if you have found value, and really encouragement that this is something you could do. This is something that is doable. Look at that. I love that. That's where teaching, by and large, I am a teacher. I've been a teacher with women for many, many years on many platforms. And the best thing that can happen to a teacher is that the student learns. The student says, I get it. I can do it. The confidence of the student is absolutely life-giving for the teacher. And so I just want to encourage you tonight, start simply start. Start simply. but simply start. Please do not overthink it. Don't get in your head about all the things that has to happen and it's not going to be like this or that. Just start. Just begin. And so again, let me go back. We start with teaching someone. Well, first of all, even before that, we start with buyers are liars. We don't listen to them when they say that they're not going to run this business. They don't need money, because we know they're going to have an experience with our amazing products. And at some point, they're going to share those products and they're going to want to make a commission on them. Okay. So we already know that. That's step one. Step two is when they become a brand partner, we make sure they've got the boards. We make sure they're posting 9 and 3 every day. We're following up. We're checking their Facebook. We're looking for anything that we can encourage them with so that they get those drops sold. So they've got 30 people with the potential, like Brent Palmer said, 30 people that have the potential to be multiple $1,000 income earners. That's who we're looking at. So again, mindset shift. And then now we're shifting it again. And now we're shifting it a third time. And the third time is we're going to teach them the boards. They're going to post 9 and 3, but we're going to take the business to a higher level, right? A higher level. Because if you're not getting drops sold and you're posting 9 and 3 and your warm market is no longer warm, what are you going to do? Right. You're going to go to those people and you're going to do a presentation and you're going to find the next group of people that you're going to work with. No business is ever dead in this business until you stop working. There's not one business that cannot be resurrected by one new brand partner to bring all kinds of life and energy into your business. So the next is the presentation. And so get together. If it's just you and one other person, think outside the box, guys. Maybe you have somebody cross-line. Maybe they're not even have any financial investment. That's okay. Get together and do the presentation and do it in front. You know, I was a public speaker for years and years and years, about 25 years. And you probably have heard of a man named John Maxwell. Well, I spoke with John for a couple of years. I led the women's division of leadership for John. And he's everything you think he is and more. He's really an incredible, amazing leader. But he used to tell people when they were learning to public speak for the first time, he said, you will be giving that speech in front of your mirror 25 times this week. And he was such a proponent of just do it and then do it again and then do it again. And pretty soon the music starts and everything starts flowing and you have the confidence, but it will never happen until you start. So get with one other person. If there's no one else, just look at yourself in the mirror and do the presentation and put your camera on and videotape yourself. I did have a person that joined me in the business when I started here in Colorado Springs, and he promised he'd run the business with me for 2 years. And 4 months later, he moved to Spain. And at that point, I had a decision to make, and you have a decision to make tonight. You have a decision. You are either going to look at the circumstances of which you find yourself in, and that is going to be the thing that fuels you, or it's the thing that you're going to use for an excuse. It was a thing that burned a fire in me. I was absolutely going to get out of debt. I was absolutely going to have a legacy for my children and my grandchildren. Come hell or high water, and it was both at times, I continued to press on, and there was nobody else in my area but me. Now you come to a Super Saturday and we have 100 and whatever it was, 80, 70 people. That didn't happen overnight. It happened because of 12 years of consistency of showing up in people's lives. Do not underrate the power of the seed, people. The power of beginning, the power of just making the decision. So do your posting. If you want to be a multi-million-dollar earner, you take it to the next level. And I believe in you. I believe you can do it. I hope this was helpful.
Tammy, thank you so much. Brenda, Julie. And I want to leave you guys with something as we end. Thank you guys. The whole part of the Wednesday wisdom is to take things the field is doing and bring it back to you. You get to be the decision maker, whether you apply it to your business or not. You're the entrepreneur. You're your own boss. I see Joe on here today. Joe, you there? Give a big shout out, Joe. Joe, just so I'm going to ask you to unmute just really quick as I end, because I'm going to end. I'm going to leave you with something. Joe's from Orlando, Florida.
Yes,
Joe,
sir.
who walked you through the onboarding today, sir?
You did.
Joe, I'm doing what everybody else is doing on here. Me and Joe
Exactly.
sit down, we talk. Joe got asked, I believe you being hacked by his people on Facebook, and we
Yeah.
laughed about it. So Joe, I want you to see this. If everybody would put in the comments how many boxes of drops you've sold since you've been here. Maybe it's 1 box. Maybe it's 10 boxes. Through the system of growth, not chasing anyone. They're all coming to you. Look at these numbers, 200, 50, 100, 45. Like, keep them going. Keep them going. 500. Joe comes from an educational background. I did not know Joe a week ago. Today, I connected. I looked at Joe. We talked on the phone. We went through Messenger. He commented. I commented back. We role played together. What was I doing, Joe, while I was role playing with you?
You were coaching me along the
And
way.
I was on an exercise. I'm like,
Oh,
hey,
yes, you were
I
running.
might
That's
be
right.
huffing and puffing. So we're all doing it because I know this. Joe's going to move 30 boxes, but he's also going to connect with 30 humans. That then me and Joe and the group and the team, guess what we're going to do? We're going to leverage that, and we're going to convert brand partners, and we're going to start to grow a business together. And then I'm going to come meet Joe in Orlando, and we're going to break bread together.
Yes,
Joe's going to come to Dallas, Texas. He just doesn't know it yet. Like, you
absolutely.
got to see things in people before. But I'll tell you this, I was a coach. Joe was a coach, is a
Yeah.
coach. I'll tell you this, I wanted to be that player in the locker room that coach believed in me.
Yeah.
That coach saw something in me. That coach breathed life into where I was going and what I was going to win before I even knew if I could win it. That's what we do in network marketing. That's what we do here. You're not normal for being here on a Wednesday night at 9 p.m., 10 p.m. some places, because that's not normal. The rest of the world has stopped dreaming, and we've all come together to go, no, we're going to take a nutritional company to beyond $1 billion. We're going to do it together by locking arms, by hanging in here together, by taking care of people. Joe, you inspire me, man. Today you inspired me, buddy.
Can I give you a quick story real quick?
Absolutely.
All right, because I don't want to, obviously don't want to prolong it. There's been good stuff tonight. And first off, thank you for welcoming me into the company. Um, so obviously, I'm a coach. I hadn't been really big into the social networking, and I remember becoming a coach. My son said, "Dad, you need to get on Twitter." I said, "Why?" And then he said, I'm not going to talk to him. I'm coming to set it up for you, because that's where a lot of recruiting happens. Well, long story short, I never posted on Facebook a lot. So I started posting on Facebook, and all of a sudden everybody's like, hey, did Dad's account get hacked? And then other people were like, did he get hacked? What's going on? So obviously, I was able to get in touch with you. You came to the rescue. So I made another post, and basically it's just blown up. It has blown up on the site, and so I just want to thank you.
Joe, thank you. But I want to tell you something, and I want everybody to hear me. What Joe just said, if no one would have locked arms with him, it's a tragedy that we do for people. Tragedy. It's what gives network marketing a bad name. We get them involved, and then we don't show up for them. Let me tell you something. We all have something, a blessing in our hands, that if we'll just slow down to speed up. Joe, could not be more proud. And I want to leave you with this message tonight. And I hope this breathes life into you. If you can't tell my energy level, like I could run through a brick wall right now. I love this. But I want to tell you something when you think about playing small. I came here broke. I was a high school principal, but I had a work ethic. And when I realized I could help people with their health and I could help people with their prosperity, I got on fire. And I didn't listen to the naysayers. And I had this in front of me at all times, right here. I'm going to read it to you. You see the handwriting. Let others lead small lives, but not you. Let others argue over small things, but not you. Let others cry over small hurts, but not you. Let others leave their future in someone else's hands, but not you, buddy. Run the race, stay consistent, and get after those dreams. There was days I had doubts. There was days I had fear. There was days I didn't want to get up and do this. But that message right there, because my dreams and my future and what I want to do in life is way bigger than what everybody else is saying and what everybody else is worried about. I know where I'm going. I challenge you, write down where you're going and write down something that's going to drive you to get there. We've got the vehicle. Don't give up on it. Guys, we love you so much. We're so grateful to be a partner with you. Tammy Motley, Melchisedeck, Brenda Carlton, Julie Parr, thank you for your leadership, being willing to come here, share what's working for you and your team. Guys, we love you. God bless you, and we'll see you back. Have a great day.
Thank you
Thank
all.
you.